Parents today. Hi, baby. How are you? Yeah, you're going to make an early. Say good morning to everybody. Hi, sweet girl. Aw, hello. Hey, everybody. Hi. It's Becky from Power Tools with Thread. And Frito decided to make an early appearance, didn't you, baby girl? Yes, she's a sweet girl. Yes, she is. Well, hi. Oh, my goodness. It's great to see everybody from Australia all the way to Canada. We've got folks in here. That is amazing. You are in our Stitchuation room. This is a Monday through Friday stitching retreat from 7 to 8 a.m. Central. And I am so happy that you have joined me. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Oh, my goodness. Yesterday I had my, I said my class with Paula Joe from Cedar Quilts was yesterday. I misspoke. It's today at 10 Central. So she was listening and she was in her car and she said, oh, I had to turn around and go back and figure that out. Totally my fault. My calendar had it right. My mouth had it wrong. Does that ever happen to you guys? So I hope you guys are doing well. Things are good here. I'm ready for a warm up. We get up to the low 60s and it's overcast and very chilly here. So I'm still in my leggings and, long sleeves when needed. I've got this coffee mug just a little too full. One of you, Glory Torres. Hi, everybody. Just me and about 500 of my quilty friends. Isn't that sweet? Hey, New Jersey, glad you're here. Glad for you to be here. So if this is your first time, pop in and let us know. I've got a welcoming committee. There is one, and they will make sure that you know that we love having you here. We also have a virtual kitchen. What's in there this morning, ladies? I haven't seen anything. And you can make your way over there. Everything is fat and calorie free. And it's hump day, you guys. I love that. Love that. Sunny South Carolina. Awesome, Kathy. Good for you. I hope we get some sun today. That would be nice. So what I plan on doing today is a little hand stitching, but I've got to sew down the points. I finished the triangle sleeve points, my hanging sleeve points. Is that what I'd call it? I don't know. Hanging triangles on, this is Red, White, and Bang. So I finished this up. You guys, I have the King Quilter 2 special edition. No, not special edition. King Quilter 2 Elite from Sew Machines Plus. Bread pudding in the kitchen. Hot cinnamon buns. Oh, okay. I must not be able to smell them. Usually I can. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Too fun. Hot coffee over there too. Lots of juice. Enjoy yourself. So I have Pro Stitcher Premium that came with the long arm. Y'all, that system is so simple. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe how easy it is to do. And then to change rows and everything. And don't you know, of course, one time I did something wrong and I was able to put that pattern back exactly where it needed to go. So I didn't have like a wide gap between my rows. It was awesome. But one of the patterns in there, ooh, you guys are eating it up. Yummy, yummy. All right. Now listen, if you've gained any weight, it's not because of the Stitchuation room. Good luck with that. But I'll show you from the back because it's easier to see. But this is Red, White, and Bang from Riley Blake by I think Sandy Gervais designed this. This is just the cutest little. It's a panel. Came in that little lunchbox, and you just add a border to it. It came with a charm pack and all that. And I actually got this from Creative Notions Quilt Shop. So one of the designs in there, so you've got an afternoon in the summer, right, with croquet mallets and swimsuits and that kind of thing. Well, you got to have dragonflies. And so this was one of the patterns that was in there, and it came with it. How awesome is that? dragonflies. Isn't that adorable? That is so cute. I just love it. I think it turned out awesome. Love it, love it. I love being able to long arm my own stuff, you guys. Absolutely love it. And for the price point, if you're in the market for a long arm, you guys, telling you, this is it. All right. So I put the hanging triangles on here, and the two of them in the middle are a little closer than they are to the ones to the outside. And that's because I'm going to run a hang it dang it right here. And the hang it dang it has a center bracket that so I didn't want my triangle right in the center. So that'll work. Yeah, it turned out just adorable. And that design came in the Pro Stitcher Premium. So very nice. So I got to stitch those down. And then along that line, last year I had made this wall hanging. This is from a book, and this was in my laundry room. Y'all, I used the snap-applique method to make this. Remember me? Those of you that have been around a while, do you remember this? Yes, Judy, they have. Right away, cedar quilts went up about 150 or so, and she was up a little more than that last night. So yeah, we were texting, and I said, I see that your subscriber count is up. Yay, good for you. That's awesome. So that's great. So I made this, and I didn't know about, the triangle hanging method. And so I had done the corner pockets like usual, and I put a little dowel in there. And then I have one of those magnets that has like a command behind it, and it's stuck to the wall. And I just had this little pin and hung it on there. Well, of course, what happens is you get the weight of it, it droops. It looked crappy, looked terrible. So I am going to unstitch the top of this binding right here, and I'm going to stitch in a little triangle, and that's going to help with being able to hang that properly. Now, my issue over here, I might have to unstitch this whole thing. Yeah, I'm going to have to unstitch the whole thing. That's okay. It needs fixed. So I tell you, that snap-applique method, more than anything, even if you don't use embroidery software to stitch out the design, but just having the lettering cut, look how perfect it is. I can zoom in now. I got my camera working, you guys. Camera's working. Look how perfect the stitching is on the lettering. Look at that. But that is, the cut was all from the scan and cut, cutting out the pieces. So even if you're only halfway there and you're like, I don't know how to work embroidery software and I don't want to fiddle with it, just having a cutting machine to cut out, the little hole in the R, just that. Yeah, I love it too. This is from a skinny applique book. And then I used the Luminaire to perfectly align the clothes hanging on the line. So I drew with my little stylus on the Luminaire. I drew the little bows for the clothespins. Okay. So I put the rickrack on, and then look at that. Completely placed the clothing using the Luminaire, the scanning feature in the Luminaire, to perfectly place it. And then I digitized those little bows by drawing them on the screen. Well, I drew one and then copy paste. Yeah, Chris, that triangle hanging idea, a viewer sent me a video of Laura Koya from So Very Easy doing that. And oh my goodness, it was great. Yeah, it changed my life because I don't hand stitch anything, but I will tack down some points. Okay, and I can get that done in a minute. Billy Lou, you've been playing with your snap-applique. It did not turn out so good. It does take some practice. Yeah, it does. Somebody sent me a picture of it was the van, and she put it in our Facebook group. It's a van from like a VW van from Tula Pink's website that's free. It's a free applique thing. Make my triangle smaller. Yeah. And she put it in there, and she's working on it, and it really turned out great. Now, her first one didn't work, and she emailed me, and she says, I don't know what's wrong. And the problem is the picture that you get on the download from Tula Pink is, where pieces overlap, it has dashed lines. You have to trace those out separately. So did I use the multi-needle for this one? No. On the wash and dry, I did not use the multi-needle, Rhonda, because this needed that 10 by 16, 11 by 16 hoop on the luminaire. This is really big. So you can stitch the D separately, but this is it's a big piece. I needed that larger hoop. Yeah. Well, good morning. Good to see you guys. And then yesterday, if you want to see some how-to with Embrilliance Essentials, yesterday afternoon at 2:30 Central, we did the finishing. I still don't have it finished, but we did the finishing video for the Kimberbell mini quilt. This is for April, okay? And it says, you're a good egg. And on well, how did you finish it if you didn't? Why is it a finishing video if you didn't finish it? Because I told people, if you want to see how to put the blocks together, go back to another video from a previous month and you can see that. So I did put the bottom row together. So we got that done. Okay. Oh, JMac, I don't know what that's about. And I'll have Keith take a look at it. He usually doesn't get in there on the store site until like after 8 o'clock. Store opens at 8. But what they wanted you to do for this, see how we've got these little flowers, those cute little flowers on there, and they're embroidered on there? The pattern wants you to stitch these flowers on as freestanding lace and then glue them onto the block so that they're three-dimensional. That's what they want you to do. Well, there was a couple of reasons I didn't want to do that. One, in order to have freestanding lace flowers look really nice, you need to change out the bobbin thread and have it match the top. And I didn't feel like winding 3 different bobbins to fit because I was doing it on the multi-needle. And then they tend to fall off in storage over time. So you'll pull it out one year to use it and one of your flowers is missing and it's in the bottom of the closet somewhere, or it fell off and it's in the box and whatever, right? And I didn't want to deal with that. So what I did, the problem with this is that all the orange flowers, which are here, here, and down here in the middle, they're all together in the pattern, one right after another, and in a block about that big. And if you move one, you move them all. So I showed how to separate them using Embrilliance Essentials stitch regulator. Is that right? Stitch regulator, stitch simulator. I showed how to do that in the stitch simulator and did that for all of them. And that worked out really cool. So that way they're just stitched on. And I much prefer this method. So yeah, I like freestanding lace for Christmas ornaments and bookmarks. Totally has its place. I don't mind freestanding lace at all. I've had really good experience with it. But on a wall hanging or something that's going to be stored where it's 3-dimensional and it can come off and disappear, which happens. I just didn't want to deal with that. So I talked about how to do that. So that was very cool. Yeah, I know it can be kind of a, oh, you can sew those on the Solaris. Okay. I don't want to do that. I just embroider them on and call it good. But that's a good option, Becky. Yeah, that's a great option. Gloria, this is what she's saying. Yeah, you could sew it on any embroidery machine. That is true. Any sewing machine. You could even do it with a little, your little $200 job you could do. Why didn't the scissor feature work on the hidden stitches? What are you talking about? The scissor feature will not work on hidden stitches in Stitch Artist. It's assuming, don't you have to have a burning tool for freestanding lace? No, ma'am. No. Freestanding lace, you use a really heavy, and the pattern called for you to use sticky back wash away. I don't use sticky back anything in my machines. Not a fan. If I can avoid it, I do at all costs. Yeah. Thank you, Debbie. Yeah, my thumb looks pretty good. I still have the bruise where she got me on my thumbnail. Still got that bruise. But the thumb looks good. The swelling is almost down. And I go to OT, occupational therapy, what's today, the 20th? I go tomorrow afternoon. So what we got to do is get me moving. Got to be able to bend this thumb. And I have a Band-Aid on it because it's still not very cute looking. So the one thing I'm going through, when my hand swelled up and I lost all of my knuckles. See, I had no knuckles whatsoever. My hand just, right? All that skin is peeling off. Now that it's back to normal. You found the wash and dry panel. What other goodies are lost in there? There you go, Jean. Yeah, that's cool. Let me get a needle. Oh, boy. I think I have. No, I'm going to use a dark thread. I'll just use a dark thread. And my thread, I'll just use a black on this one. And little snips. And I got to get this needle threaded. Let's see if we can do that. The wash and dry Rhett is from a book. I can't remember the name of the book. Say It with Skinnies. That's the name of the book. Let me find it. I'll put a link to it below the video when we get finished. Say It with Skinnies. I think that's what it's called. How about that? The old eyeballs are still working, which is surprising. You ready to try the cutting? That really makes a difference when you've got that cutting machine to cut those. Now, I had to trace that. I had to trace that pattern onto printer paper because, what they had in the book just didn't work out. All right. Let me get this going here. I love this hour because I can finish up those little things with you guys. Yep. Yeah, Annie's has it. Yeah. It's a cute book. I need to make some more stuff out of it. Yeah, I'm the same way. So Lynn said, Rhett, she says she seldom makes stuff for herself and would love to do that one. My laundry room just needed a little lift, My daughter-in-law's laundry room needs a lift, and I thought about giving it to her. That was the intent. And it was so cute. I decided to keep it for myself. Oh, yeah. You guys, I'm so practical when it comes to making things for myself. I'm so practical. I rarely make stuff for myself. When I get finished with all of these, the little monthly mini quilts from Kimberbell, did I put a knot in that? I did. I'm going to send those to the daughter-in-law too. The quilted skinnies, that's what it's called? Paula says it's quilted skinnies. Yeah, super cute. I don't want to leave you guys to go find it, but I shouldn't show it on here without putting a link right at the beginning. I should know better than that. Yeah. Just ordered it. See, I'm losing money sitting here talking to you guys. Yeah. It's an adorable little book. It really is. Super cute. Lots of fun little things in there. Projects you can get done in a weekend. And I really like that. All right. One more here. Look at this. I'm halfway finished with my hanging sleeve. I love this method. Oh my goodness, I love this method. I wonder if this would fly at a quilt show. This triangle method. I don't see why it wouldn't. They're not in the rules that I have read. I have not. You can just get the wash and dry pattern only for $4. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, you can do that. I got that book at my local quilt store. That's where I bought it. I saw it, one of those spinning racks with books that they have. I saw it and I was like, oh, that's adorable. Put in the link and you'll go get it. Thank you, Jen. Appreciate it. I will. I can't do it right now because we're live, so I can't change the description box right now. But once I get off the live, I'll do it. It's a great little book. You guys are killing me. All right. Put that one. I'm almost done. Sitting here 5 minutes and I'm finished. Oh, Camellia, you are so thoughtful for this sticker. Cornelia, thank you so much, sweetheart. You are so sweet. That's very nice. Now I can get more pattern books to share with you. Thank you all. Thank you very much, sweetie. Oh, my goodness. All righty. One more. This is the last one. Look how easy this method is. Next time I see her, Laura Koya, I don't know if she came up with it, but she showed it on her channel. Next time I see her, I'm going to give her a big kiss. A big old sloppy kiss. She's a little bitty thing. I'm sure I'll look like a St. Bernard bounding toward her. You changed my life. Ah, that's funny. Okay. There. Okay. It's finished. So my hanging triangles are done. Yay. That's awesome. See that? This is fabulous method. So this is ready. This is going to the coast. We're going to the coast for Easter. What are you guys doing for Easter? We're going down to the coast, and they have a sunrise service down there on the beach, and that's really nice. So that's one of the only times, that and late 4th of July, that the local police allow you to drive a golf cart or a, like a Ranger, something like that, a Polaris, before sunrise, before the daylight. You going to Kashada? Fun. So you can get down there before sunrise. We've got headlights on the golf cart, and you can go down there and park on the beach, and it's really nice. A local restaurant used to have cinnamon rolls, but they closed. She's back open now. Closed a couple of years ago. So you're going to the cottage and oh, good. Awesome. You're going to be home alone quilting. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. That's cool. So I always enjoy it. They've got a place down there called it's a church called the Fisherman's Chapel. And they usually put on in partnership with the local Baptist, Fisherman's Chapel's non-denominational. And then the Baptist pastor is there, and they do it together, and it's really nice. I enjoy that. That's the only time I can get my husband in the doors, literally, because it's outside. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to take this apart and then restitch it with the triangles the way I like my new method now. This is worth it, worth it, worth it. Yeah. Yeah, the beach service, that service at the beach is beautiful, you guys, you know, because the it's on the west side of the Matagorda Bay and the Gulf of Mexico. And so and they have a beautiful pavilion out there. It's very nice. And they put chairs and everything under the pavilion, and then everybody rides up in their golf carts and their gators and all that up under beside it and around behind it. And they've got a big loudspeaker system. And then as the sun comes up in the east, it's shining right at the service. And so it's just beautiful. It is really nice. And Keith has taken his drone out there before to get a picture of it all. And y'all, there must be 200 people out there. It's crazy. Very nice. And the kids run around, you know, it's wonderful. Then afterwards, you hang around, socialize, and everybody heads off somewhere for breakfast. So where is the triangle method video, Liz? It's on So Very Easy's YouTube channel. If one of y'all can find it, I don't know. So Very Easy by Laura Koya, and check out. It's an old video. It's 3 or 4 years old. She put that out a long time ago. I didn't know anything about. Look at that. I didn't know anything about it. Somebody sent it to me and changed my world. I love how we learn from each other here. It's wonderful. Yeah, very nice. Already, look at how far I've gotten. I love these seam rippers, you guys. Oh, one of you asked me when Keith will have more aqua blue seam rippers in. Sent me an email on that. You guys, you've got to be on the page for the actual seam ripper itself. And there is a black box that says notify me when available. So find your color. And if it says sold out, then you can put your email in on that black box. I think you go to like shop and then look for the seam rippers, and then it'll come up. Now, these triangles, your long edge on the triangle is however big your square is. Okay, so I figured out there was an 8-inch distance between these triangles here. So however big your square is, that's how big your triangle will be. So this is a 7-inch square. I had 8 inches of space, and then you fold it in half, and you fold it in half again. But I still have a 7-inch long edge. Okay. Yep. Okay. Awesome. So I had these little bitty things in the corners, and they don't work worth beans. So, if I fold these like this, I'm going to reuse this just like this. And I'm going to put them back up here in this. Let me put this down so you guys can see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to fold it again. And I'm going to put the open edge of the triangle now. So here's the raw edge that goes under the binding. Okay, so here's the raw edge. That'll go under the binding, and I'm going to put the open edge to the outside. It doesn't matter. It's just personal preference. So I'm going to put this right here in this corner. Make sure that's up to the edge of the quilt there. Okay, I'm going to put a pin right in the middle of that. see here. Okay. Fold back that miter where it goes so it doesn't forget. Get that right in there. Yeah, see, because it had been hanging, it got a tug on that, on the backing. I didn't like that. That's no good. I'm going to take my long one here, a big one, put it in right there in the middle. There. That'll be better. Now it won't droop. I'm going to put my corners under there so that they don't come out while I'm sewing. I'm going to sew it from the front. Is there still a place for the rod in my triangle? Yeah, there is. Yeah, because I turned the triangle. Yep, the rod can still come out right here. Okay. It'll have to be a skinny rod. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, it'll be a little bitty. If I can get my finger through there. So if my finger goes through there, it'll fit. I got that dowel. I'll do something. I can use a little skinny one. Okay. And then this one, fold this back. Put that right there. Talking with pins in my mouth? No. I wouldn't do that. Oh my goodness. The safety nannies would have a fit if I was talking with pins in my mouth. Margie. Okay. All right, that'll work. This one wants to come out. Y'all, it's going to hang in my laundry room. I'm not all real concerned, you know. Make sure I get this. But every time I walk by, you know, because I can see my, the door to my laundry room opens off the kitchen, and I just keep it open. Because if you don't, it gets real musty smelling in there. And I could just see, y'all are live on the edge. Every time I walk by there, I can see that this thing drooping, and it drives me crazy. I'm looking at it going, I got to fix that. I got to fix that. And what's real funny is I could just sit here and do it in the morning and it would be done, right? It would just be that easy. Y'all, my mother lived with pins in her mouth. That's how she functioned. My mother, y'all. Oh, my word. Don't get me started. Yesterday was a day of prayer for a day of prayer for grace, patience, mostly grace. Ah, isn't family wonderful? Love it. Love it. Love it. She's 82. And she's a peach. Woo! She doesn't sew anymore either. That kind of is frustrating. She just got bored with it. But you know, she only does garments. She never found the love of quilting or embroidery or any of that. And I don't sew garments anymore, so we don't have any sewing stuff to talk about. She turned herself into the neighborhood Uber. So the kids who can't drive yet and need to go, 8 blocks away to go somewhere will come to the door and ask her to take them somewhere. And she charges them $1 to cover the fuel. She's got a little Honda. Her husband passed away, and this is how she keeps herself busy. So we're on the phone, and somebody knocks at the door, and they said, "Can you, Mrs. So-and-so, can you take me X?" And she says, "I'm on the phone. Can you wait 5 minutes?" He goes, "Yes, ma'am." And he sits on the front step until we get off the phone. You know, she used to carry me everywhere before I got my driver's license. So she's just picked up where she left off. I think this is good. I'm going to go a little bit further. Done. Look at that. Now, ML Weber says, "Dreams of Reno with pins in my mouth." Yay. You look like the quilt diva rolling in there. That's funny. Oh, we got to hang out. Are you coming on the cruise? We're going to have a ball. Yeah. Yeah, you guys, I'm telling you, you need to go. If you are looking for someone new in your life, if you are available and you're looking for somebody in your life, you have to be very strategic about it. And you have to go to a target-rich environment, right? You're not going to find a whole lot of men hanging out in quilt stores. So, you've heard before of men who will go to the grocery store to meet women. Go over to the fishing aisle at Academy. Stand there and look silly at the lures, even though you know what you're looking at, and go, "Which is better?" Yeah. That's cool. Only bored husbands in a quilt store. Yep. Those or those that we would be great friends with, but not romantically involved, right? And I'm not saying get married. I don't like the way the system is set up that if we remarry, we lose benefits. I think that's horrible. I don't know who came up with that idea, but that wasn't a good one. Just somebody to spend time with. Like I said, that's why I took up golf. I took up golf to meet men, literally. That, and I was on my way to be stationed in the Azores, and I heard that if you played golf intramurals for your squadron team, you got off every Friday at noon to go play golf. And I was like, oh, I'm all over that. So I took up golf. Yep. And Keith and I got married on the golf course at Fort Sam Houston. We started sharing a cart together and never stopped. Oh. Yep. You better stand in the fishing aisle with a rod and reel. Yeah. I'm telling you, down there in that little fishing village in Puerto Cana where we've got that house, y'all, we can't throw a dead cat without hitting a millionaire down there. I'm telling you. It's a figure of speech. I don't like dead cats. I'm kidding. Yeah. You just got to put yourself strategically. Don't, it's like, I know this lady, she moans and moans. Oh, I can't find anybody. And I'm like, Where are you looking? Well, I don't know. I said, okay. Well, my dad always told me, you're not going to meet him in a bar. So that's out, right? But I mean, I'm not saying you won't meet a man in a bar, but you won't meet him in a bar. But the ultimate ditzy is to go stand somewhere at O'Reilly's or AutoZone. At least then you know you're meeting somebody who can do something with their hands. Home Depot's another good one. Lowe's, yep. Yep. Betty Boop's husband works at Lowe's. I bet you he knows plenty of guys. See? Telling you, you just got to think about it, right? I mean, didn't the boys in junior high or high school back in our day take home ec to meet girls? You know, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. And it doesn't matter what you look like. Doesn't matter. Look at this. I'm almost done with this. You can't get the guys in AutoZone to give you the right part. You know what? That was the reason I got married right there. Margie, that is exactly the reason I got married. I got a little bit of thread left. I just hope I can make it. I feel like I'm playing Bob and Chicken. I was trying to buy a car. It was a 1996 GMC Jimmy at World Auto or something here in San Antonio. And I was single. I got treated so poorly by the salesman. And the car was a deal. Otherwise, I wouldn't have continued on with it. But I got treated so poorly by the salesman. It's so patronizing that when I got done with that, I said, you know what? I'm sick of this. I'd been single like 11 years. I said, I'm sick of it. Time to find a husband. Time to find a man that can handle that for me because I'm tired of it. You know, I did it for the first, 11 years, 10 years is fine. But I just didn't feel like doing that anymore. Is it right? No, but it's the way of the world. So I'm not going to complain about it. I'm just going to handle it. So I took up golf. Okay. Look at that. Finished. They're not even. I don't care. It's going to be on the wall. Nobody will know. That looks great. Oops, I got a string. Yep. Yeah, Keith can do anything too. That was a huge favor. That's a huge plus in Keith's. My windshield wiper motors broke on that Jimmy, and pouring down rain. I was on my way to work, pouring rain, and I had to pull over to the side of the road on 281 South. I was heading for Brooks Air Force Base, and I had to pull over. I couldn't see. There were cars all along the side. And so I was late getting to work and everything, and I was complaining about it. And then Keith said, "You want me to take a look at your wipers?" And I was like, "Okay, you know how to do that?" Yep. Oh, that's a nice story, Billy Lou. Yeah. So, he fixed it. And I was like, that's interesting. Then my air conditioner. No. So I started feeding them. And when you start feeding a man, they're like strays. Never hook up with a man that doesn't have a strong food drive. That's another good piece of advice. They train well like dogs. Oh my gosh. So I started feeding him and he hung around, and then my air conditioner went out on my car and he replaced that. And I was like, okay. Yeah. Got to be worth your salt, right? Yep. That's how I met Mr. Keith. Yeah, that's how I met Mr. Keith. It was at work. Yeah, and I met him at the office. He was playing golf on the intramural golf team. So, yep. What? He is a keeper. He's awesome. So, yeah, it's wonderful. What do you got? Lasagna, salad, garlic bread. Oh, yeah. Scotty dog, you start doing that. I know. How we doing? We got another 15 minutes. Okay, so what else was I going to do for 15 minutes? So today, my appointment class with Paula Jo, I'm going to learn on the Pro Stitcher, I hope, how to stitch around applique on the long arm. That's what I want to do. Okay. And then maybe I'll schedule another class with her. I watched a video on this last night, but I think I fell asleep. I need to be on my game for this. I want to know how to do borders and get those down. Okay. So I have a bunch more of this fabric. This pattern is from Fabric Confetti, the wonky houses. This turned out so cute, you guys. Oh my goodness. So I've got more of this border fabric left for the backing. All right. You guys are having a good time in the chat. I can see. Oh, that's for Easter. Okay, I got you. Yep, time to go walk. All right, Shirley, be careful. Have a good time. Let me put my little pear back. I got this one I got in London, at Liberty of London. I got my pear, and there's an apple around here somewhere. I think it's up on my shelf up over there. Yeah, it is. Okay, so that's done. This is done. What else do I need done? I don't have anything here I need done. I didn't think that was going to take me that little a time. We already had a Frito visit. Yeah, Dave, you'd have to go watch the replay. She was in here right when I turned the camera on. Yeah, you missed it. So I could work on a chicken. I still have to get those going. Will I be teaching Pro Stitcher? So designs by Christina. Yeah. Not teaching, just showing you what I'm doing. Okay. So when I'm stitching something, I'll be showing what I'm doing, So if it's not going to be like a class type thing. So when I'm making stuff, I just like I do here, and I'll probably be doing it in the Stitchuation room. If I've got something going on in the morning and I want to get that rolling, I'm going to click here. The only problem with doing it in a Stitchuation room is hopefully the noise cancellation works with that thing running in the background, because they're not quiet. That's the thing. So I'm making the chickens pattern from Connecting Threads. Too cute. 16 birds in the medium size quilt, 8 on nests, 8 on feet. Let's see. Oh, Wanda, you want to get Pro Stitcher next year? Yeah, that's awesome. I'm very happy. I've had my share of automation software. So I had a Butler from Quilty-Z, and that's fine. And then I have the problem with Butler software is that there's limited videos out there on how to use it. So that's the thing. You always want to make sure whatever software you decide to buy, whatever automation you buy, if you're going to add automation, search around on YouTube first and look for education. Okay. So, because I could get the Butler software on this as well, and it was one or the other, but I was okay with the Butler, but then Handy Quilter has tons of Pro Stitcher videos out there from Pro Stitcher educators. And it was just so much. And I was like, okay, I can find videos on every little thing. Last night, I watched a video from a lady. She doesn't have a lot of subscribers. I can't remember what it was. And she was showing how to do the crosshatch as a background and having all the pieces, all the rows match. That there's a trick to that. And she showed exactly how to do it. And I was like, ah, that was brilliant the way she showed how to do that. So if you want to see that, just YouTube search Pro Stitcher crosshatch. That video will come up. The beginning of the video, the first couple minutes on the intro, it's got some audio buzzing. Been there, done that. Bless her heart, know how it feels. But then she jumps over to the Pro Stitcher software and that buzzing goes away. And then you can watch the rest of it to see how it's done. It's fantastic. She's excellent at explaining it. Wish I could remember what that was. Yeah, if you've ever tried to match crosshatch designs, they just don't. It doesn't matter how perfect you think you're going to get it and you're looking at it on screen. As soon as you roll that quilt, all bets are off. You can get it right on the screen and then you try to run the pass again and it just doesn't work. So that was very interesting last night. That was worth me watching and seeing that. I was like, okay. So highly recommend. All right. Where are my chicken plates? What's next? I gotta make these birds. So you're late today, Kim. That's all right. My quilt frame is a 10-footer. I had a 12-footer on my first King quilter, the special edition. That was an old Tin Lizzie. I had that. Yeah, this one has a 10-foot frame. I got rid of that 12-foot frame. It was too big. Has the missing chicken returned? Not yet, Chris. And I did go look in the motorhome and I didn't find it. I might have to just remake that chicken. That's very distressing. Oh, I was like, where's the, because of course it's the prettiest fabric in the line too. The case of the missing chicken. Y'all, I looked all over that hospital before I left. It's this fabric right here. I can't find the plate with this fabric. Isn't that gorgeous? Of course. Whatever. It'll turn up. Things in my life just do that. It'll turn up. All right. So I think I'll make this blue chicken now. I can tell it needs done because it's got the wing. Okay, so I'm going to make this guy today. And I need 3.5-inch squares. Okay. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It'll show up when I make a new one. Julianne, that happened to my Cricut, my mini iron on my Cricut. I lost it for, oh my, almost a year. Found it in a Yazzie ironing bag in the motorhome. Yep. Do I buy the frame separately? So Linda, they have a deal where if you go to King Quilter 2 Elite on Sewing Machines Plus, y'all, that machine for the price point, it's an 18-inch machine. It is such a great deal, such a great deal. So you get the machine and then then you can get the frame and you tell it what size frame you want, right? And then you have the option to add automation. So you know that the machine and the frame and everything are going to work together. And then you have the option for automation if you want. So heck of a deal. If you're thinking about it. So I think like quarterly they do Quilt Fest and they will put it on sale. That's the time to get it. So think about it. I heard that 0% financing for Brother is gone forever. They were doing a deal for years, with Synchrony, and I think that's over. Brother has stopped doing that. So those of you that were thinking about the 0%, has Tin Lizzie turned into a King Quilter? So no, Tin Lizzie was a company that made oh gosh, y'all, they started back in the early 1900s making these long arms, mid 1900s, long time ago, long time ago. They started out with frames, and then they got into making these long arms. And that company was around forever and ever. And then Grace, I bought the frame part of it, I think. I can't remember. There's a whole history there. But the Tin Lizzie machine, it was made here in the US. Great machine, really big workhorse. And then Sew Machines Plus got a hold of it and kind of made it their own. And that was the original King Quilter Special Edition. But if you looked under the hood, it was a Tin Lizzie. It looked exactly like it. And the original Tin Lizzie, I think, did not have a stitch regulator on it. And so how they did that was they added a computerized brain in the thing and stuck a motorized automation system on it. Well, that machine's great. You know, nothing wrong with that machine. But then this, that went by the wayside because the company itself completely went out of business. Tin Lizzie itself went out of business, 10 years ago or so, 8 years ago, something like that. And so parts and supplies and all that, couldn't get them. And so for the longest time, King Quilter kind of went by the wayside. Well, then Sew Machines Plus partnered with another company to make the long arm machine again, and then put their name on it. And then new automation and all of that. And so, but Sew Machines Plus completely sponsors and supports 100% the new King Quilter 2 Elite. So it's pretty cool. It's very cool. So yeah, that Pro Stitcher Premium is the bomb. I am loving it. And I am not using an nth of what it does. And right now I'm using all the little shortcuts to fill and, you know, my space and all of that. But I don't know it. You know, I really think you need to own software, automation software, and play with it heavy and hard for a good year before you really get to understanding everything that it does. Yeah. So, oh my goodness, you guys. So when we get finished, I'm going to set my little watch lady here for a 20-minute timer, and then stitch some on my blue chicken. And that way I can make sure I'm getting something done on that. But anyway, you lost your Kimberbell mini quilt book. So Kay, there wasn't a book for the mini quilts. It came with a CD, and there's just a PDF on the CD. Or did you buy one that came with a book? I don't remember. I never saw a book for that. So maybe that's why you can't find it. There's not one. They will do just about anything to sell long arms. Oh, y'all, there's a Pro Stitcher, a handy quilter educator that is at Fiberworks today, Thursday and Friday, or Saturday. I can't remember. And she's teaching class there. But she reached out to me and she said she wanted to meet me. And I've got to get a backing for a quilt. So I'm going to wander over to Fiberworks probably tomorrow. I've got some stuff going on today. So I'm going to try to get in there. They're at lunch from like 12:30 to 1:30. So I'm going to try to get in there and go meet her. Harriet is her name. She sounds very nice. So, yeah, you got to print instructions for the mini quilts. Yeah. What I do is I just pull up those particular pages on a tablet and keep it by me. And that way I don't have to print that. But all right, you guys. Okay. Our hour is up. This has been a lot of fun. It was very productive for me. So thank you for spending time with me. I appreciate that. I've got my triangles done on red, white, and bang. And I fixed the ones on my washing skinny. So that's very cool. I will be back tomorrow morning. I hope you will too. And as you're wandering out the door, hit the thumbs up button right there by the door. Just hit that. It's free to you and good for me. I appreciate that very much. And I'm going to go put the book link right now for the quilt for the wash and dry for your laundry rooms right underneath. Use my Snaplique method to make this, you guys. I'll put it right under the video, okay? Enjoy your day. Thank you so much. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Go sew something. Bye.